Invite God to heal your wounds. Invite God to heal your wounds. You see, you can't rebuke a wound, can you? A wound has to be healed. And there are different ways of healing wounds. And if you have an injury, it can be bandaged up, but very often emotional wounds are more subtle. So you see, after forgiving others, just do the following. This is how the healing process takes place. Renounce any judgments that you have made against those who have hurt you. What are the judgments you've made against them? Renounce them. Where I've said that person will never amount to anything, where I've wished ill on them, right? I renounce that in Jesus' name, okay? Second thing to do is renounce any inner vows that you've made. Maybe you've been hurt by men and you're a lady and you've made an inner vow like, I'll never get married. I don't need a man in my life. That inner vow is now controlling you because when Mr. Right comes along, you find yourself conflicted because of that inner vow you've made. An inner vow is something you declare over yourself and that ends up controlling you. It's like a prophecy over yourself. Maybe you've said things like, I will never do business with that group of people again or those types of people again. And very often inner vows are spoken out by us, but in the context of bitter root judgments. So judgments and vows often work hand in hand. We make a judgment about a certain group of people, right? Or maybe certain authority figures or pastors that have hurt us. We make a judgment about them, a bitter root judgment. And stemming from that, there are many inner vows that we then also make. Then the next thing to do is ask God to reveal his Father heart to you. And this includes his love and his goodness. You see, when I have a revelation of his love, his grace, his goodness, I'm more likely to extend that to the people around me. Another thing to also do in the healing process is make a list of all the lies that you have believed with regards to acceptance and rejection, and then write down the truth next to them, what I call counter arguments. So you make a list of the misbeliefs, the lies, okay? I'll never amount to anything. I'll always be a loner, okay? I'll always remain in the friend zone. Maybe you've always been rejected by someone of the opposite sex and you really believe in God for marriage and you've made that inner vow, I'm the friend zone guy, right? Make a list of all those misbeliefs that you have and next to each one of them, write out the truth. What's the truth? What is God really saying to you? So that your life is not controlled by your misbeliefs, but by the truth that comes from heaven. The next thing to do in the healing process is pray that God helps you to see yourself, to see others, and to see how the world works aright. You see, often we believe lies about ourselves. I'll never amount to anything. People like me don't get chances. There's not going to be promotion for me. I'm a foreigner, right? Those are lies you're believing about yourself, right? Pray that God helps you to see things aright, all right? How am I going to start seeing myself? What about others? What about others? How am I going to start seeing others? Lord, may I have a healthy view of other people, as opposed to continuously saying, they have an unfair advantage. They're the lucky ones, right? They're much better than me, right? Very often we exaggerate their benefits and we minimize ours. And then ask God to help you to see the world aright. You know, some people have got this mindset of competition is bad, someone always gets hurt. So you avoid any situation that involves any form of competition. Conflict is bad, someone always gets hurt. And you keep avoiding situations where there might end up being conflict or rejection. It's important to ask God to help you to see yourself aright, to see others aright, and to see how the world works aright. These are strongholds deeply embedded in us, and we need the Lord's truth to displace these arguments that have exalted themselves above the knowledge of Christ. Then the next thing to do in the healing process is proactively do good to those who have hurt you and walk in love and acceptance of others. And next time we're going to talk about accepting others. But I want to encourage you to be proactive about doing good to those that hurt you. That's what Jesus said. He says, you know what? Pray for those who hurt you. Do good to those that persecute you. You see, we often have this mindset of, hey, but I'm a really great Christian, you know. I didn't lash out back at that person who abused me. But Jesus goes the extra mile and he says, Do good to those that persecute you. Okay? So those are some of the steps in the healing process.